not the guy getting the support from the backroom money guys. I'm the guy with the support of the grassroots, the average working and middle-class New Jerseyan.
Bill, the debate was pretty chaotic.
Yes.
Did the quality of the debate rise to the level, the quality of the level of candidates?
I think what we saw tonight is that Jack Ciattarelli is not fit to be governor. He showed exactly why he has now lost twice. He couldn't control himself. He started interrupting right away. So, I mean, this is a guy that tells everyone he's the front runner. I thought he was an embarrassment tonight.
Bill, he filed a LEC complaint against your campaign, calling you a shadow campaign, running it through the radio show. But the FCC qualifies that as a legally qualified candidate. At what point do you consider yourself a legally qualified candidate?
So that question already came up. Remember, Ciattarelli came after me in June when I announced, and we won that hands down that I have a First Amendment right to stay on the radio. Actually, we won so convincingly that I could have stayed on until April 3rd when I would be a legally qualified candidate after submitting petitions. I chose to come off the air on January 30th because the station is huge. I mean, it's biggest in New Jersey, but it doesn't hit all the northern parts and southern parts. So I came off voluntarily to start campaigning there. But it is a meritless attack.
Do you not regret stepping down, sir, to avoid any possible ethical appearances?
Well, no, because he's claiming that it's been a shadow campaign for a long time. It's a meritless complaint, classic lawfare coming from a Republican who is acting like a Democrat. Remember, Ciattarelli has no issues to run on. He's lost twice because he is an empty suit. He has offered no solutions. He punts on everything, blames the legislature, blames the school boards, has no courage of any conviction because he's empty. So what does he do? He resorts to lawfare. That's why if you listen to him tonight and you watch all these ads coming at me, they're all negative, trying to tear me down. I've not heard one person say, wow, that Jack Ciattarelli, what a great idea he had. Never. Yes, ma'am.
Your answer about the pension, fully funding the pension.
Yeah.
Please clarify.
Yeah, we're going to renegotiate with. Well, we're going to renegotiate with the teachers because we have to. We cannot afford, between the NJEA, the CWA, and everyone else that is working in state and municipal government, to continue to pay out because we have hundreds of billions in unfunded future liabilities. So the only responsible thing is to model after Act 10 in Wisconsin and put a line somewhere. Maybe it's 5 years in, 7 years in. I don't know. We're going to have a lot of smart people that'll decide where that line is and renegotiate and move toward a defined contribution instead of a defined benefit. However, cops and firefighters are not going to be a part of that because our cops and firefighters already had their pensions removed from state control. But I do believe it is a state obligation to fund COLA.
Bill, do you feel that should you be the nominee, you feel confident you can bring President Trump to New Jersey to rally for you and hopefully get the same energy that got out last week?
100%. I have had some private and public conversations with President Trump. He knows where I stand, and we want him in. Here's the difference. We have already asked President Trump to say, we want you to come in, we want to campaign with you. I've already done that. Unlike my opponent, Jack Ciattarelli, who told the president, stay away in 2021. Big mistake. I don't know. I would love to get an endorsement from President Trump. I believe that I am the only pro-Trump, solidly pro-Trump, despite the lies from these special interests and all the ads they're running. But I support the president 100%. And if he chooses to get into the race, I would welcome and I would love to have his endorsement. Yes, ma'am. Well, yeah, so what we have to do with property taxes is, first of all, we've got to hold towns accountable to what they're spending. So I believe we need to put a cap on the amount that they can raise taxes. That should be tied to gross domestic product, not inflation. To tie it to inflation is a disaster. We've seen the inflation disaster of the Biden 4 years. We can't let that happen here. We also need to cap how towns can assess and raise the assessment on home values. So we got to get control there. But the big issue, the way we get property property taxes down, we implement school choice, we end the sanctuary state, and we do small things like enforcing federal detainer orders and get prisoners back behind bars by suspending bail reform and then charging the federal government. Do you know the Bergen County Jail was running at $5 million? It was essentially a profit center, and then Murphy took it all away. So it's a complicated issue, but we're going to cap it, and we have a plan to phase out real estate taxes starting at age 55, a 15-year phase out so our seniors can stay in the Garden State.
That's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Dan. Call me. You got another question, right? See you guys.